If she is able to secure a win in this lawsuit, that's not just a win for Keffals, that's precedent moving forward for trans people who are targeted by hate crimes. Do you guys understand that? This is really important. Okay, I want to get into this next thing. Keffals, once again, if you don't know, and this one you might not actually know, unlike the last segment. I guess if you're in my circles, you probably do, but just in case. So, Keffals is a large trans streamer and political activist, and she's come under fire a lot from a lot of different directions for various things. I don't agree with, everything that she's done in the past. I feel like she's had some cringe shit going on, but ultimately I think overall Keffals has done more work for the trans community than like the vast majority of people who shit on her, right? Like, just straight up, she's raised so much fucking money. She's done such a good job of raising awareness to issues that I would have never even known about. Good being overall. In fact, just a humble brag, I was actually once, when she was smaller, like a 70 viewer Andy, I went on to her stream once while she was raising money for diabetes. So I could talk about diabetes on her stream. It was pretty cool. Anyway, though, enough about me. Back to Keffals. She was raided recently in a SWAT raid. See if I can find a news article. Streamer Keffals held in transphobic swatting. Alleges police bias. Popular Twitch streamer Keffals has been arrested and allegedly harassed by police after being targeted by transphobic trolls. Keffals, whose real name is Clara Sorrenti, said she was the victim of swatting, the practice of it. You know what swatting is. When she was arrested by police in London, Ontario, on the morning of August 5th. The arrest happened after London City Hall was sent multiple fake emails alleging that she had killed her own mother, was in possession of an illegal gun, and was planning to travel to City Hall to, quote, shoot every cisgender person. Police took the fake messages seriously despite a series of grammatical errors and other hints that they could be working the work of online trolls, including information about her dead name, a term that you know what a dead name is. Sorrenti said that she was arrested after being woke up by London Police Services. Officers pointing an assault rifle in her face. She later learned that forged emails detailing the fake violent narrative about her had been sent to every city councillor a short time earlier. Sorrenti said that police booked her under her dead name and repeatedly used the name to refer to her during interrogation, despite her having changed her name legally more than 10 years earlier. The police referred to me during the arrest by my dead name. I was booked in the station under my dead name. The police, when talking to my mother, called me her son, Sorrenti said in a YouTube video about the incident. This is despite the fact that I have run for political office as both as a member of parliament and a member of provincial parliament under my name, Clara Sorrenti. So, it's a long article, but you get the idea. So, she was dead named, she was targeted unfairly by internet trolls, and she is currently suing I believe, the police department for their part in this hate crime. This was a hate crime, and it has been officially recognized. If I can look up Keffals' video. Here, let me open this in a new tab. This asshole. Shit makes me wonder why, how Kiwi Farms had been shut down. I don't know. I believe she made the post on her main account. I talked to the chief of police in London Police Services, and I am no longer a suspect in the investigation. They are now acknowledging this situation as swatting. I've already raised enough money to move, but if anyone wants to donate the legal fund so I can seek justice, donate to the legal fund so I can seek justice for what happened to me, it would be greatly appreciated as lawyer fees are expensive. So, to preface this real quick, the context is she was raising money on GoFundMe to both move and also to, hire lawyers so that she could defend herself legally and sue. She will be suing, which is awesome. It's good. She should. So, not everybody thinks that this is cool, apparently. Apparently people think that she's faking shit or that she's, like, what's weird, really weird, is that nobody thinks she's lying about the SWAT raid. Nobody. They've all acknowledged that's true. But now you have people like this not so erudite. Why does she need 50K to move? Which is an interesting question to ask somebody who was only SWAT raided and had a rifle pointed in her fucking face not even a week ago. Not even a week ago. She thought she was going to die, okay? I don't know how much all of this shit costs, but I know that legal fees are not cheap. I know that mental health care is not cheap. And I know that she probably has her reasons, It doesn't seem that unreasonable. It's $75,000, right? Like for legal fees. I don't get it. GoFundMe also includes legal fees to cover the cost to replace devices such as both her phones, PCs, and her partner's laptop and phone when they didn't know when all their devices were in police custody. So she's already said, look, we've raised enough money, but if you want to keep going, I would appreciate it. Like, she's acknowledged that, right? She's acknowledged that she's raised enough money. So if you want to give more to her, you are welcome to, she says, obviously. That's what she does for a living anyway, is she takes money from people to stream. Her stream is free to watch, but if you want to donate to her, that's the main way she makes money. That's how streaming works, right? And I am of the opinion, having seen the amount of money that Keffals has raised for good causes, that anything left over is probably going to go also toward a good cause. I think that she has, I think that she has a good track record when it comes to that. I'm not a fan for personal reasons, but all the people shitting on her over this is super out of pocket. It's crazy. It's ridiculous. I made a take earlier on Twitter. It's like, if you compare her to Vosh, those two have like almost identical takes, right? Like identical. They're both meme lords, whatever. But look at Vosh's hate club. And this is not an indictment on Vosh, by the way. I do like Vosh. This is not an indictment on him. But look at his hate club, right? It's just a meme. It's a meme. It's a huge meme. Like, people like hate Vosh like so viciously, like so voraciously, and I get that, but it never results in action that could result in the ending of his life and his career, right? At least not that I've seen. With this could have killed her. She could be dead right now. I mean, we know on the left about police violence, you know? She could be dead right now. Easily. It's ridiculous. She had a gun pointed in her face. It's insanely sad. And it's crazy that she's even doing what she's still doing. It's insane. So many other people would have backed off. They would have said, you know what, for my own safety, I'm backing down from the platform. I had a good run. I hope you guys are all safe, etc. And she would have been completely within her right to do that. But she's got the fucking balls to stay in the game. You know what I mean? Like, it's really something. So kudos to her for that. But again, people don't seem to feel the same. So another asshole, this guy. I was arguing with this guy. I don't know President Sunday that well. Apparently, he's he's a slightly larger than me YouTuber. So his original tweet was, you know what would be really cool is if Keffals used the nearly $80,000 she's raised, well over triple her original goal, I believe, to give other trans people in need of relocation or medicine a small boost of, say, $500 ahead to help them get started. To which I retweeted, quote retweeted, literally anything to dunk on the trans streamer who not 1 week ago had a rifle pointed at her face. That's just how it is. He said this isn't a dunk. I said at best it's jumping the gun. It just seems like a lack of awareness as to the depth of the situation. It's not over by any stretch. He says, no, that's what you were doing. I was making a reasonable comment in light of her raising the fundraising goal. I said, you got to read the room. As I said, it's been less than a week since she was held at gunpoint and she'll have legal fees and shit. Your tweet was not made in good faith, and if it was, then you're very bad at understanding how things look before you post them. I said, did you even ask where the extra money was going, or did you just assume she's fresh out of a life-threatening situation thinking, oh boy, I bet I can milk the fuck out of this one? To which he replied, she raised the goal multiple times and has not stated why. The ends that money will be put to are unknown. If most of it isn't lost in a lawsuit against the police, or if there is a significant remainder and she keeps it, that will be money she took from a vulnerable population. Now, this is, if most of it isn't lost in a lawsuit against the police, okay, never mind. Like, that's not money she's taking from a vulnerable population, in my opinion. All of this is going toward legal fees. If she exceeds the goal, then that's still her money to do whatever she wants with, you know? Like, she's been honest. I said, maybe give her more than a few days following a SWAT raid on her house and a threat to her life to explain where the money's going. She has explained. And then President Sunday said, that's silly, she's soliciting donations now. It's crazy. Like, that original post was so obviously made in bad faith. See, he's still doing this shit. Here's what's raising eyebrows. Keffals doesn't need 90,000 to stay safe, but a whole lot of trans people need just 100 or so to stay alive. Are they just unworthy of saving? This is so fucking stupid. Like, fuck this. This is stupid. This is so much bigger than just Keffals. This is so much bigger. Keffals is like nationally known now. Internationally known. Internationally. Okay? If she is able to secure a win in this lawsuit, that's not just a win for Keffals. That's precedent moving forward for trans people who are targeted by hate crimes. Do you guys understand that? This is really important. I'm not saying she's doing this to be some kind of fucking martyr or hero, but like, it's her goddamn life, all right?
Oh, you're not helping other trans people.
We never hold anybody else to this standard. Never. We never hold anybody else to this standard. It's ridiculous. And I'm convinced it's literally just because she is a prominent trans figure. I'm convinced. So he says, lest anyone be confused, if Keffals' account of what happened to her in police custody is true and verifiable, and if she intends to sue the LPS for it, that should be fully supported. If she succeeds in punishing actual bigotry in our police system, that's an objective good. And I said, no, you don't get to say that now. You don't get to say that. No, you don't get to say that now. No. You've already had a tweet. How many fucking, 2,000 likes, 37 quote tweets. And a lot of the people who are liking and quote tweeting this are like alt-righters, okay? He's spreading a narrative that which he's literally saying that she's soliciting money. And that's just not true. It's not true. So it's bullshit. If, with everything else in the world going on, why doesn't this guy, by the way, fucking donate $100 to trans people? Where are you at, man? Where are you at? Go raise some money for trans people, idiot. Oh, I guess you just hate trans people, right? No. Yeah, you don't get to say any of this shit. This is disgusting. She's literally already helping trans people. She's raised hundreds of thousands of dollars, and that's not an exaggeration, for trans causes. I just don't know what else people expect from her. Like, this is not unreasonable. Anyway, my point in bringing this up, the only reason I'm talking about this is because I'm so tired of people talking about shit that does not matter. And when I say it does not matter, what I mean is this discourse, in comparison to everything that's going on against trans people and against queer people in general, and against like the average person, everything that's going on, and you choose to focus on this. Why? Why? You literally just have a hate boner against Keffals. That's all this is. Stop. Literally stop. Like, the hyper focus on it, the hyper fixation is insane. You are not a serious person. You're not advocating for any good causes by doing this. And you just want to watch somebody suffer. That's all this is. I'm sorry, that's all this is. I don't care how much beef you have with Keffals. This is a horrible thing that happened to somebody. All right? And we should be in full support of her right now. And I just don't... You can't call yourself a leftist if you are not supporting Keffals in this moment. I'm sorry, you can't. And, I just... People choose to die on the weirdest hills, guys. I've seen so much of it lately. And it's just so useless. And I'm drained from it. I'm exhausted from it. So, that's all.